Welcome to the Hustle Being podcast. Today we are joined by Phyllis Ellen, the founder and CEO of Knowledge Preservation. We're going to chat today to her about her company, get to know her a little bit, and just have a nice time. So thank you so much for joining us, Phyllis, from the very, very cold New Jersey. How are you
Yes,
doing?
I'm doing well, Izzy, and thanks so much for reaching out. I think this is a wonderful vehicle to speak to people, so I really appreciate it. And as we've discussed, I've spent time in South Africa, so it's actually a joy to be speaking with you today. So thank you for reaching out.
Thank you so much for joining us. So yeah,
Sure.
what is knowledge preservations? What do you guys do?
Okay, so basically, we're a global information governance and data privacy firm. So
Okay.
basically, what that means is we mostly deal with enterprise large clients globally.
Okay.
And what we do is to make sure that their record keeping practices are legally defensible. So we do that by embarking on various consulting engagements,
Hmm.
either through clients of mine that we sell in depth with, or we have global strategic partners that bring us opportunities.
Hmm.
And the kind of things that we do are basically starting with our clients with a needs assessment gap analysis to actually see where they are on their information governance, which is also known as knowledge management or records management journey. From that, we're able to develop a records retention schedule specifically for them, which actually tells them how long to keep their records, whether they're in electronic or physical form. We
Okay.
also give them process for change management, for policy and procedures from a records management point of view. We write policy and procedures for them. All of this, obviously, we reach back out to their legal counsel, although we are attorneys also, just
Okay.
to make sure that they agree with what we're doing. When
Yeah.
agreement is in place, we do staff training and program rollout. And the things that you're probably very much interested in is we do implementation. So basically, that means either taking a look at databases and
Hmm.
deciding with the retention schedule what can be kept and what doesn't have to be kept anymore. And
Yeah.
also, we do go in and take a look at physical files too to make sure things that the client shouldn't keep anymore because basically it can get them in trouble. So
Yeah.
basically, we do like the life cycle of a record from creation to final disposition,
Yeah.
starting with consulting, ending with implementation.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Phyllis, for breaking it down for me. But you mentioned something to do with law. What do your attorneys do? Because maybe I'm just
Okay,
being
so basically, we actually do the legal research. So,
okay.
so hypothetically, if all firms have human resource files.
Yeah.
So what we would do is see specifically for the location, for the jurisdiction that they're in, how
Mm-hmm.
long to keep them, when they should be destroyed with the
Oh,
proper approvals,
okay.
and then basically that allows us to make sure that the client disposes of records that are not necessary to them anymore,
Yeah.
and we'll get them in the soup because obviously if records are still there, they
Yeah.
become discoverable during litigation, and we want
Yeah.
to make sure that our clients are in good shape if litigation ensues. It
Yeah.
also helps with mergers and acquisitions so they can
Mm-hmm.
be prepared for either merging with another firm or being
Yeah.
acquired by somebody else.
Yeah.
We also get involved with companies move
Mm-hmm.
because they don't want to take all their records with them, and other reasons that are on ramps for us. So
Yeah.
so we deal with various partners who can provide leads for those type of things that we accomplish. And I should
Yeah.
mention that I've been doing this for 40 years. So
Yes.
yeah.
Wow. Okay, that is yeah, you're very well seasoned. I love
Right.
that.
I started in the crib, as I say, but not really. So yes.
I love that. Okay, so would you then say that this is like your calling? I mean, you've been doing it for so long. I'm sure it's
It's
second
it
nature.
actually is my calling.
Yeah.
I am Dr. Phyllis. I have a PhD, but in English
Wow.
literature from New
Okay.
York University. So I actually taught at NYU for a couple of semesters, but
Yeah.
professors weren't getting paid all that much. And I'm also a paralegal, so I got
Yeah.
involved in the field of records management, and it is my calling. As I said, I've been doing it for 40 years. I'm
Yeah.
known as the subject matter expert. I just achieved CEO of the Year Global Award
Oh,
which I
congratulations.
actually get presented with in a black tie affair in
Oh,
December of this year. And
okay.
I speak at a lot of conventions and industry specific things.
Yeah.
Oh, and also my business partner and I have written 3 books on the field, and we're actually in the process of writing our 4th book on information governance and data privacy. So, so
Amazing.
we're really very well known.
Yeah, that's so cool. Okay. I need to, I'm dealing with royalty.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Okay, cool. So then, you mentioned, a rebranding or, something in the past 20 years or the past 3 years. So can you get into that for me?
Sure. So the predecessor of knowledge preservation was called the Elin Group, and
Okay.
we basically did the same type of things that we're doing now. We
Mm-hmm.
were very extraordinarily successful, actually. Some of our
Nice.
clients were Johnson and Johnson and all
Oh
of
wow.
their international operating companies. We dealt
Mm-hmm.
with international banks. We dealt with large insurance firms, higher
Okay.
education, and so forth.
Yeah.
I left the industry because my husband at the time was very sick.
Yeah.
So after his demise, I actually went back to work for others. So for 10 years, I worked as a director of information governance for both Recall and Iron Mountain. And
Okay.
then I was in charge of our Canadian practice area. So I
Mm-hmm.
did a lot of work there, but I ultimately decided to leave Iron Mountain and go back to consulting, which was my first love. And
Yeah.
so I actually started knowledge preservation in 2014, but this is actually right now is my 3rd anniversary of knowledge preservation.
Yes. Happy 3 years.
Thank you. Thank
I feel
you.
like this interview is just coming with like all these bombs. I feel like, you're doing your awards at the end of the year. It's 3 year anniversary. Like it's a good time to have this interview.
Yeah, no, it's a perfect time, and I must say, as an aside, you are delightful. So I'm really happy to be speaking with you.
Yay! Me too. I'm very excited. So yeah, so then I mean, 40 years experience, 3 years into, knowledge preservation. What do you think the end goal or the long-term goal is for your company right now?
Okay, my long term goal is just to increase the size of my firm. I have a lot of consultants who worked with me previously with the Elin Group.
Yeah.
I have other people who I've worked with in the past. I have clients who now have decided to do consulting.
Yeah.
I have people working with us from Western Europe,
Mm-hmm.
from Japan, from
Wow.
Australia. So
Okay.
yeah, and just building my practice areas, both through my
Hmm.
strategic partners and through ourselves and so forth. So
Yeah.
I actually just see the firm growing and growing through the years, and yeah, so yeah, I'm just very excited. I love my team, and
Yeah.
fortunately, we don't have to do a lot of marketing. Most of the business comes to us through our partners or otherwise, through my
Yeah.
old clients.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I mean, I really love getting up in the morning. I love my team, and I
Yeah.
really enjoy what we do. So I just see knowledge preservation going on in the future.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. There is no need to slow down. Definitely gear up and move on up.
Exactly.
Awesome. So then what are some of the challenges that you guys are facing at knowledge preservation at the moment?
I guess the biggest challenge is we have a large pipeline of sales and so forth, and
Okay.
we've gotten verbal commitments from clients that they want to start the engagement.
Okay.
So basically, we're just waiting for signatures and so
Okay.
forth. But
Okay.
aside from that, we have plenty of opportunities. We have a very large pipeline. Excuse me for that.
That's okay.
And I forgot to turn my phone off. Apologies. And basically, yeah, it was just client signing, and also making sure the enterprise clients pay on a consistent basis. But as
Yeah.
far as opportunities and in all of that, it's just more paperwork than anything else. But I don't really
Yeah.
see anything so much as challenges, but
Yeah.
finding good people, and certainly good people to work with us from all
Yeah.
parts of the world is something
Yeah.
that we're very interested in. We're very multicultural,
Yeah.
and and we absolutely believe in all of that. So again, I'm very happy that you reached out to me, because that allows me to reach people that I myself I wouldn't be able to, or it would take a very
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, our database is global, mainly in the US, but it is global. So you definitely can reach out and find, whoever that you need to, or whatever, is destined for you. So then, lastly, what sort of assistance would you like from our community? So you did mention, the sales and closing. Would you like, people like closers in that department?
Um, I think closers in that department that actually might have like a list of clients we might want to get into, or
Ah,
relationships that they might have too.
okay.
When we teach, when we teach your people more about information governance and what we do, I'll be
Yeah,
happy to do some training for
yeah,
people who are interested in working with us. But
yeah.
yes, I mean, we would be looking for sales support, probably inside sales support.
Okay,
We would be looking for perhaps paralegals who
okay.
actually could do legal research for us or help
Yeah,
us as consultants that don't necessarily have to travel with us, but who
yeah.
could be do a lot of interviewing with us and so forth.
Okay.
And also looking for implementation specialists who would actually be going directly to the client locations. And
Yeah,
for example, we talked about the retention schedule. So once there is an approved retention schedule
yeah,
telling us what can be kept, what can be destroyed, and so forth and so on, actually
yeah.
teams of people who would either go to the client locations or
Okay.
locations like Iron Mountain or other record centers to
Mm,
physically work on that project with us,
yeah,
or actually work on electronic databases, again with the retention schedule, to make sure that we eliminate redundant, obsolete, and trivial information from the databases that could also get them in the soup.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
so there are quite a few potential opportunities.
yeah. Okay, cool. With the implementation specialist, do they have to go to the client? Would that be all over the US, or do you focus on a certain area?
Um, I would say it would be all over the U.S. If we're just talking about what I know right now,
Yeah.
it would be Texas, it would be the New York City metropolitan area,
Okay.
including Connecticut, because the tri state area for us is New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut.
Yeah.
So it would be there. It would be the West Coast, it would be California, Chicago. Yeah, and basically, actually the South too, perhaps Nashville.
Okay.
So that, and also from a European point of view, it would be Western Europe.
Okay.
Um, and yeah, perhaps some work in Israel and also some work in
Okay.
Japan.
Okay. Wow. So that's pretty
And
much
hopefully
global as well.
Africa, because actually Africa is, in addition, really a hotbed of information governance and data privacy. So I would like to work more in Africa, just because I'm so enamored with it. And also our legal research encompasses every jurisdiction globally. We have read
Oh,
every law in the world, which is over 300,000 citations that are
wow.
applicable to what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So as we grow, hypothetically, you and your teams could grow with us.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much, Phyllis, for your time. It's been a pleasure chatting to you and getting to know what you guys do at Knowledge Preserve. I think you're an incredible woman. And I can't wait to see, what the future has in store for you. Like I'm geared up.
Yeah, no, too, and we will stay in touch, of course.
Yes, definitely. I will find you and me and you, we're going to be besties.
Okay, yeah, I truly enjoyed this, and I would look forward to working with you and your recommendations.
Thank you so much, Phyllis. Have a lovely day.
You too, Izzy. Take good care. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye.